I would now like to introduce Lauren Carter and Emily O'Smith to present the chapter degree. Sorry I was late. I had a game and won, so it's okay. The Green Hand degree is an award given to the 9th grade FFA members. Each applicant must fill out and attach an application to a copy of their SAE records. These records contain the information of their supervised agricultural experiences program, which may... Oh, thanks for telling me. Take 2, sorry. Okay. The chapter degree, that's the right one, right? Is the third accomplishment that an FFA member can achieve in their road to earning their Empire degree. The chapter degree requires several items from each applicant. These tasks include receiving their Discovery degree and Green Hand degree, having a satisfactory SAE program in operation, having earned and productively invested at least $150 or worked at least 45 unpaid hours outside of the classroom, have a satisfactory scholastic record, and have submitted a written application and a copy of their SAE records for the chapter FFA degree. At this time, I would like to call to the stage the following FFA members to receive their chapter degrees: Carly Sorrell, Shelby Pombrio, Emily Lajway, Brittany Varon, Emily Snide, Beth Trombley, Jocelyn Gregory, and Natalie Miller. The recipient of the STAR chapter degree is Shelby Pombrio. I would now like to introduce Michelle Silver and Bethany Drown to present the Empire degree. The Empire degree is time. Would Chelsea Barcombe come up here because she got her chapter degree too? Sorry. Degree that an FFA member can receive at the state level. This degree is received at the New York State Convention. There are many areas that the applicants can apply for, ranging from agricultural placement to ag, communications. At this year's New York State Convention, 5 students received this degree in the area of agricultural placement: Lauren Carter, Miranda Kaye, Kayla Waddell, Danielle McNeil, and Cassandra Nichols. Star Chapter Empire degree is Danielle McNeil. time, we would like to recognize Mr. Arthur Primo and Mr. and Mrs. Don Sherry McNeil for receiving the honorary employee degree. They are recognized for their dedication to agriculture and their support of the FFA.
Mr. Primo was eligible to receive this award because he has 4 grandchildren who have received their Empire degrees: Joseph in 1988, Jessica in 1990, Lauren in 2006, and Miranda in 2006.
Mr. and Mrs. McNeil had 3 children who received their Empire degrees, making them eligible. Glenn in 2002, Jen in 2004, and myself in 2006. Thank you for all of your support.
We'd also like to call Jonathan Lajway for his Junior Participation Award. So if you want to come up to the stage. Sorry. I'd now like to call Courtney Bilo and Allison Hull to present the Proficiency Awards.
The Proficiency Award is given to students who excel in a certain area of agriculture. Each candidate must be a high school student. This year, the alumni judged the Proficiency Awards. The alumni judged the applicants' SAE records based on their experience in a certain area. Whoever seemed most qualified in a particular area will be receiving a Proficiency Award tonight. A sophomore is receiving the Proficiency Award in Diversified Agricultural Production. The recipient works hard every day on her family farm. She milks, cleans, and feeds the cattle. She knows how to properly care for cattle. She has a lot of experience with dairy cattle. She continues to work hard on her farm and expand her knowledge of raising and handling cows. She has also been involved in the Clinton County Fair. The recipient receiving the Proficiency Award for Diversified Agricultural Production is Beth Trombley. Sophomore is receiving the Proficiency Award in Beef Production. She has been around livestock all of her life. She cares for a variety of animals at her house. She knows how to care for beef cattle. She knows how to properly feed, clean, and house her cattle. She knows how to deliver and care for a newborn calf as well as properly raise them. She also understands the importance of pasture management and animal exercise. The recipient receiving the Proficiency Award in Beef Production is Carly Sorrell. A sophomore is receiving the Proficiency Award in Dairy Production. She raises Holsteins and Ashers on her family farm. The recipient understands the proper way to raise her dairy cattle. She shows beef and dairy cows at local fairs and knows the proper way to show and fit the cattle. She cleans and feeds the dairy cattle on her farm. She works on 2 farms after school and in her spare time. The recipient receiving the Proficiency Award in Dairy Production is Shelby Pombro. A senior is receiving the Proficiency Award in Small Animal Care. She cares for her 2 cats. She knows how to properly clean the litter box as well as how to properly feed them. She has worked 1,000 hours since she was a sophomore. She is aware of the need for veterinary assistance in cases that are too complicated for her own care. The recipient receiving a Proficiency Award in Small Animal Care is Kayla Lovedale. A senior is receiving the Proficiency Award in Agricultural Communications. She has been our chapter reporter for 3 years. She has written various news articles, made many phone calls, and is able to communicate easily and thoroughly with others. She's able to handle difficult tasks and knows how to manage her time. She has supported the chapter throughout her school career. The recipient receiving the Proficiency Award in Agricultural Communications is Hillary Weldon. I would now like to call Ms. Ellis to the podium
to introduce the special recognition. With the following people, special recognition is a time for me to give thanks to all the supportive people of the NAC agriculture program. Without these people, the FFA program wouldn't be successful. With the following people come on stage: Miss Ginger Bushy, Mr. Michael Carter, Miss Martha K.A., Mr. and Mrs. Frank and Lori Drown, Mr. and Mrs. Dean and Kim Lashway, Mr. and Mrs. Louie and Sherry LaValle, Mr. Jeff Matthews, Miss Penny Pombrio, Miss Lisa Silver, Miss Cheryl Silver, Mr. Peter Sorrell, and Miss Karen Trombley. Ginger Bushy was a chaperone for state convention and was a great help. Thank you so much. Michael Carter has always dedicated his time to be a chaperone. This past May, he chaperoned the state convention, as well as tried to get our vice president here tonight in time. So thank you very much. Martha K. has been a great help with everything. She is always just a phone call away and always has the right answers and always can put a smile on my face. Martha also is our secretary for the alumni. Frank and Lori Drown chaperoned numerous events this past year. To list a couple: State Fair, Bowling Day, and the dance. Thank you guys. Dean and Kim Lashway has helped to get donations for the Clayton County Fair and School Fair. Dean has been an alumni president and is always very helpful no matter what is needed. Kim is just across the parking lot and is always ready to give a helping hand. Thank you guys. Louie and Sherry LaValle both chaperoned the school dance in March. Sherry has taken the responsibility of our concession stand for school fair for the past 2 years and has done an excellent job with it. And I do not know where I would be with that if she wouldn't do that for me. Sherry has also been a dedicated alumni member. Thank you so much. Jeff Matthews was a judge for our election of officers and also DJ'd the FFA dance every year. Penny Pombrio has been on the alumni committee and has helped out in several ways to make the school fair the success it was. Thank you so much. Cheryl Silver, another chaperone for state convention, and was greatly appreciated. She was my roommate, and let's just say we had a lot of fun. She also gives me a lot of support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Peter Sorrell was so kind to come in and do a presentation on welding. He also is a great cook. If any of you had a hot dog or a hamburger from today, you will know that. Peter has also been an active alumni member. Karen Trombley, where do I begin? Karen has been a great help with electing the 2006-2007 officers, helping make the dinner you ate tonight a success. She also has given me a wonderful encouragement and support. Thank you guys so much. And if my back wasn't killing me, I'd come over and hug each and every one of you, but I do truly appreciate everything you've done. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize some very special ladies. With Darla Bilo, Jamie Lord, Val Ayers, and Darlene Bilo come to the stage. And I want to say the only one that's here tonight is Jamie Lord, because Darla's on her way, and Val and Darlene aren't able to make it tonight. I want to extend my appreciation for all the help these ladies have given to me, not only myself, but the FFA chapter. These ladies take an important role in the office, answering the phones and taking messages along with making copies. Thank you, ladies, so much.
invite Amanda Sorrell and Laura Carter to the podium.
This year, our honorary membership recipient was kind enough to devote her time and effort into helping the FFA in its fundraising activities. She graciously donated a beautiful quilt to the FFA. Tickets have been sold throughout the year in an effort to raise money for our FFA chapter. All in all, the quilt project was a great success. We'd like to give our gratitude to Mrs. Bernadette Nichols for all her support and for being this year's honorary membership winner. Can you please join me on stage? It is always a pleasure to receive honorary membership into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made in our behalf. Madam Secretary, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of the boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agricultural education, business people, and others who are helping to advance agricultural education in the FFA and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to honorary membership by a majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Madam Secretary, will you introduce the person that is receiving this honor tonight?
Madam President, members and guests, I am pleased to read the following name, Mrs. Bernadette Nichols.
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you a symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood. As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your name to our roll of honorary member. As Vice President, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
As student advisors, we welcome you to our FFA chapter, and we appreciate what you've done for us.
I'm the historian, and I just want to say thank you for coming tonight, and we appreciate the quilt.
As historian, congratulations and welcome to the chapter. On behalf of our chapter, we'd just like to thank you for all the time you put in and hard work on the quilt. Thanks.
As chaplain, I just like to say thank you very much for the beautiful quilt you made and all the time you put into it.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say we are proud to have you as an honorary member. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to you for counsel and guidance. It is because of the great respect we have for you that you have been elected to honorary membership. May we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I now confer upon your honorary membership into the Northern Adirondack FFA chapter and present you with this token of membership. I would now like to introduce Kayla Lobdell for her farewell speech.
For about a month now, I have been thinking about what I was going to write for my farewell speech. I kept asking my fellow officers what they were going to say in theirs. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that my FFA experience could not be compared to that of my friends. I started FFA only 3 short years ago, and I'll be the first to admit that the only reason I joined is because the rest of my friends joined the year before. When I first joined, I had to take 2 classes to make up for not joining the year before. At first, I was doing the same thing in both classes. So, Miss Taylor let me off by only making me do it in 1 class, and doing what I wanted in the other. But as the year went on, we did completely different things. In 1 class, I learned all the different leaves and also got to dissect a fetal pig. In the other class, I learned how to weld and also got to make an information board for about forestry for my first school fair. That year, I went to my first state convention and also got talked into running for treasurer, and I won. At the end of the year, we learned we were going to be getting a new advisor, Miss Ellis. I was a new officer, and I had no idea about what I was supposed to do. It didn't exactly help knowing that Miss Ellis had never really done this before. The only thing I could think was that this was going to be a disaster waiting to happen. But the year flew by, and everything went great, thanks to Miss Ellis. I had so much fun being treasurer that year, I decided to run again. And because I was the only person really running for treasurer, I won. So the summer flew by. I found myself in 2 ed classes yet again in my senior year. All my free time during school was spent in Miss Ellis' room, even if she didn't notice it until last week. I got to go to Miss Ellis's, and so I got to go with Miss Ellis and some of the other awesome girls to National Convention, Kentucky this year. I can't even begin to describe how much fun that was. A bunch of us also got to go to state convention. I got to be a delegate, and let me tell you, that was an interesting experience. I do have to admit that getting to choose who was going to represent our state for officers next year was pretty cool, even if we did have to vote for the same things repeatedly. So that's it. My entire FFA life is summed up into this little speech where I say thanks and goodbye to everyone who has helped me along the way. So I guess I'll say it. Thank you, Miss Ellis, for everything you have done for me these past 2 years. It really does mean a lot. I will never forget you. I would also like to thank my fellow officers and all the FFA members for always being there. I am going to miss everyone next year. I would now like to introduce Miss Ellis to the stage.
Before I give the activity award, I noticed that one of the ladies that I recognized earlier has just came in, and I would like to recognize her now. Would Darla Bilo come up on stage, please? Darla leaves nice little memos in my mailbox every now and then of this person or that person is called, and once in a while I have to go in and count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and kind of just, blow off some steam, and she's always there to listen. So thank you so much, Darla. Now, this award is the award that everybody usually waits for. All FFA members and students in agriculture classes vote on students who have participated in classes and activities the most. This student is honest, reliable, and responsible for any task she is given. She is always working hard and has always been a role model for all FFA members. She's always spending a lot of dedicated time in my room as well. Please help me in congratulating Miranda Kay for the activity award. At this time, I would like to introduce Miranda Kay to the podium.
several students traveled to 2 colleges and got to see what college life was really like. What an experience that was. Miss Ellis brought Lindsay Manor, Carly Sorrell, Cassandra Nichols, Rebecca Spinner, and myself to SUNY Morrisville and Cornell University. The first day we got up really early in the morning and drove down to Morrisville and met with 2 former NAC students, Pete Sorrell and Brian Coons. We were able to tour the campus and visit the dairy facilities. That night, we met with one of the ag business professors, had pizza, and talked about what we liked about SUNY Morrisville. Miss Ellis was feeling generous, so after our meeting, she took all 5 of us bowling. Exhausted from our busy day, we went to our hotel to get some rest and prepare for the next day. The second day, we all climbed into the expedition and ventured to Cornell. It was a beautiful campus with a lot of options. We had the opportunity to see some classrooms, tour their dairy barns, and meet with several professors. They were happy to advise us on what the best colleges and courses are for the career we desired. Tired, aching, and ready to go home, we set off for Elmert. And remember, what happens in the expedition stays in the expedition. I would now like to ask Courtney Trudeau, Kyle Brassard, and Ashley Snide to the podium to present the School Fair Awards.
Once again, our 2006 school fair was successful. The weather was great and everything went according to plan. I would like to thank all the people who put their time and energy into helping us at the school fair this year. Also, a special thanks to our dairy judge, Christine Sheasley-Rosler, and our beef judge, Corinne Chombley. We would like to thank Jessica Minkler for painting a table in our silent auction and face painting during our school fair. We would also like to thank the technology class for selling and displaying their woodworking projects. Thank you for any donations that were made to our school fair. A sincere thanks to all the exhibitors who brought dairy cattle, beef cattle, and small animals to the fair. I will now announce the following winners for the Dairy Cattle Awards. Grand Champion, Asher Danielle McNeil. Grand Champion, Brown Swiss, Miranda Kaye. Grand Champion, Holsteins, Kristen Norman. Grand Champion, Jersey, Amanda Sorrell. Grand Champion, Red and White, Michael Coons. Grand Champion, Guernsey, Bethany Brown. We would also like to recognize the reserve Grand Champions, Ashers, Danielle McNeil. Brown Swiss, Lauren Musso. Holstein, Lauren Carter. Jersey, Carly Sorrell. Red and White, Allison Goss. The champions of all breeds was Danielle McNeil. We would also like to recognize the Showmanship Awards. Junior Showmanship, Kristen Normandin. Reserve, Bethany Brown. Senior Showmanship, Danielle McNeil. Reserved, Miranda Kaye. And Master Showmanship, Danielle McNeil. Reserved, Bethany Drown.
Once again this year we had a beef cattle show. The exhibitors enjoyed this experience and did a great job. Will the following people come forward to receive their awards? Grand Champion for Hereford, Carly Sorrell. Grand Champion for Dairy Beef, Shelby Prombio. And Grand Champion for Red Angus, Tyler Prombio. Master Showman, Tyler Prombio, and Supreme Champion, Tyler Prombio. I'd like to announce Beth Trombley and Bethany Drown for the Citrus Food Award.
Blue Freedom Company. Blue Freedom has many satisfied customers and always delivers a quality product. This is the largest fundraiser that we did this year. This was because it gave the FFA members a chance to get our program started. The following 3 individuals will be recognized for selling the most food this year. Will Danielle McNeil, Michelle Silver, and Courtney Smith please come to the stage and receive the certificates? Danielle McNeil was the top seller in the senior FFA. She was able to choose an item valued at $20 out of the FFA catalog. Michelle Silver was the top seller for the junior FFA. She was also able to choose an item valued at $20 from the FFA catalog. Also, for every 10 items that a member sold, their name was added into a drawing. Michelle won the drawing. In addition, Miss Ellis received a $50 gift certificate to a restaurant. Courtney Smith was the top seller for the 5th and 6th grade FFA. She was able to choose an item valued at $20 out of the FFA catalog. Thank you to all members, parents, and alumni who assisted in making this year's sale so successful. We sold approximately $18,000 worth of fruit, meat, and cheese. I would now like to introduce Lauren Carter for her senior reflection.
First off, I think we should give a big hand to Miss Ellis and everyone for this whole day, everything, the fair and banquet. I stand before you tonight at my final NACS FFA Banquet, and I still cannot believe how fast the time has passed. I have been a member of the FFA since I was in the 5th grade. It may not seem that long ago to some of you, but that was 1998. It seems like just yesterday I was sitting in that cafeteria at the first FFA meeting I had ever attended. I think it might have been the electing of officers, and all I remember is being terrified of Mr. Bushy. He would sit in the back of the room and make whoever was running for office stand in the front and repeat things louder until he could hear them all the way in the back. As 5th graders, this was pretty scary. Now, it may be hard to believe, but I was scared to speak in front of all those people. I specifically remember Hillary, frozen in front of the room. I'm sorry to say I did not run for office that year. That must have been my first real FFA meeting. But time moved on and more meetings came. Since then, I have held 5 offices out of the 8 years I have been in the FFA. I will never ever regret that day I became involved in the FFA, because this organization, and especially this NAC chapter, has brought so much joy and so many memories into my life. As you all may know, I was one of the lucky ones to have 3 different advisors throughout the years. Going back and thinking about it, I would not have had it any other way. Yes, it was hard at times, but it was just another challenge to prove how strong all of us as a chapter could be. Miss Taylor was always a great agriculture teacher. She was one of the easiest people to make laugh. Miss Taylor was the advisor when I served as chapter president, and I loved being able to have meetings and organize things with her help. However, if Miss Taylor hadn't have left us, we would not have been able to meet the wonderful Miss Katrina Ellis. I am very glad that Miss Ellis has come to our school. Without her, who knows if the FFA would still exist. I know our chapter was a little apprehensive at first, but I feel this year Miss Ellis settled in a lot more and has really shown her true personality. There is one wonderful memory she has brought to my FFA experience I will never forget. I went to Substates as a junior last year with Miss Ellis and some of the younger members. It was held in Loudville, New York, close to Miss Ellis's hometown. The best part was the way home when she proceeded to tell us of her wonderful prom adventure in high school, or should I say disaster. Now, I can't go into detail, you might have to ask her later, but it took maybe about an hour and a stop for ice cream for the whole story to come out. Miss Ellis's stories definitely made the 4-hour ride there and back in the school excursion interesting. If you're ever upset about something, just go talk to Miss Ellis and she'll have a story or make you giggle just to make you feel better. I'll also never forget, just this past May, State Convention, when it was all done and we were ready to go, and we went to take pictures, and Miss Ellis looked at Kayla and I and said we were her first. Now, we weren't really sure what she meant, but then when we thought about it, we were her first senior students receiving the Empire degree. And that was a big thing for her. I'm going to miss everything about the FFA, from showing cows to going to conventions, competitions, or just being part of the officer team. I've learned so much from the FFA that I wouldn't know where I would be without it. In the FFA, I have overcome challenges, learned to work as a team, developed confidence in myself, had many friendships, and it has helped me to develop leadership skills that I'll have with me forever. These skills I have learned helped prepare me for the real world as I move on to college. Even though I won't be able to stay involved in the FFA organization next year, I will never forget the great things I can take away with me. This wonderful organization that I have been involved in for 8 years has made such an impact on my life, and I thank everyone and anyone that has been a part of it, especially my parents, Miss Ellis, and all the members of the NAC FFA chapter. So as I finish tonight at this banquet as your 2005-2006 Vice President, I hand down the advice to the younger members to take out from this organization all that you can. Get involved, because it's not just being a member that made me a better individual, it's the people I came in contact with, the opportunities I took advantage of, and the places I was able to see and explore that made my FFA experience worthwhile. As our theme is, days go by, a verse reads, "We think about tomorrow, then it slips away. We talk about forever, but we've only got today." So take advantage of the day and the opportunities that come to you, because before you know it, you'll be up here for your final banquet. Thank you. Before I introduce the next speech, can all the seniors please join me on the stage? And Miss Ellis, if you can. If not, we can go down there. Okay, there is 12 of us all together, and we just wanted to do something for Miss Ellis because she's been here the past 2 years and has helped us get through these past 2 years, and we will now graduate, I'm proud to say. And we got together, and Courtney actually made the blanket and put all our names on it as seniors, and we will give it to Miss Ellis. You're welcome. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miranda Kay and Danielle McNeil for the Ag Money Award.
On March 27th, Michelle Silver, Abigail Spinner, myself, Danielle McNeil, Shelby Pombrill, Cassandra Nichols, and Rebecca Spinner attended the Salmon Rivers Farmers Appreciation Dinner. All farmers of the area were invited to come, where we honored their hard work and dedication to their careers and community. There was a spaghetti dinner, followed by a banquet with guest speakers and prize giveaways. We got to meet new people and the new Salmon River FFA officers. It was a very successful and enjoyable evening. Would everyone that I just called please come forward and give an award? At this time, I would like to introduce Amanda Sorrell and Hillary Weldon to the stage.
And
large part of the Clinton County Fair is the dairy cattle and beef cattle shows. There are many participants for this annual show, even though the weather was a near hurricane. We lost power, it was raining buckets, the wind was blowing, and last but not least, Michelle and her great heroics with her calf galore. A major part of the fair was a showmanship contest. The winners were Little Britches Showmanship, Anna Lashway, Junior Showman, Michelle Silver, Reserve Junior Showman, Kristen Normandin, Senior Showman, Miranda Kaye, Reserve Senior Showman, Amanda Sorrell, Master Showman, Jenna McNeil, Reserve Master Showman, Nathan LaValle. The Grand Champion Holstein was Danielle McNeil, the Grand Champion Ayrshire was Danielle McNeil, the Grand Champion Jersey was Amanda Sorrell, the Grand Champion Malking Shorthorn was Cassandra Nichols, the Grand Champion Brown Swiss was Miranda Kaye, the Grand Champion Red and White Holstein was Brian Coons, the Grand Champion Beef was Shelby Pombrio. Supreme Champion was Danielle McNeil with her Holstein. Congratulations to all who competed. I would now like to introduce Carly Sorrell and Nick Trombley to present State Fair Award.
This past August, several members of our chapter went to Syracuse to participate in state fair judging competitions. We had teams in the following contests: agronomy, dairy cattle judging, dairy foods judging, and dairy handlers. Would the following participants please come to stage? Lauren Carter, Hillary Weldon, Justine Barcombe, Amanda Sorrell, Cassandra Nichols, Jocelyn Gregory, Laura Musso, Megan LaValle, Miranda Kaye, Shelby Pombrio, Danielle McNeil, Bethany Drown, and Michelle Silver. Agronomy tests the members' knowledge in identifying several crops, weeds, and insects, as well as judging samples of hay, straw, and vegetables. Teams are also required to do a soil test and present a group presentation. This contest is one of the longest contests at the fair with the most components. On the first trip down to State Fair, 2 teams competed in agronomy contests. One team consisted of Lauren Carter, Hillary Weldon, Justine Barcombe, and Amanda Sorrell, which placed 3rd in the state. The other team was made up of Cassandra Nichols, Jocelyn Gregory, Laura Musso, and Carly Sorrell. They placed 5th. The Dairy Foods Contest tests the members' ability to identify several different cheeses and defects in samples of milk. They are also required to recognize and judge defects in different milker units and equipment. We also had 2 teams compete in the Dairy Foods Contest. Team 1, Miranda Kaye, Lauren Carter, Justine Barcombe, and Amanda Sorrell. They placed 1st in the state. The other team consisted of Megan LaValle, Shelby Pombrio, Lauren Musso, and Cassandra Nichols, which placed 4th. Also placing individually was Lauren Carter, who placed 3rd in the state, Megan LaValle, who placed 11th, and Miranda Kaye. Dairy cattle evaluation requires members to judge several groups of dairy cattle and several breeds, then orally presenting the results to the judges. We had 5 members compete in this contest. The team consisting of Carly Sorrell, Amanda Sorrell, Shelby Pombrio, Jocelyn Gregory, and Lauren Musso, and they placed 9th at the state level. Lastly, we had several members compete in the Dairy Handlers Contest. This contest requires the participants to lead several different cattle in a ring test their ability of showmanship. There are 5 members competing in the Dairy Handlers competition in the senior division. Danielle McNeil, who placed 1st in the state, Miranda Kaye, who placed 7th, and Cassandra Nichols placing 8th. Then we had 2 in the junior dairy handlers competition. Bethany Drown, who placed 1st, and Michelle Silver, who placed 2nd. Congratulations to all participants for a great job at the state fair. I'd now like to introduce Shelby Pombrio and Amanda Sorrell to speak about National Convention.
National Convention. What can I say about National Convention? For starters, there were 5 girls and Miss Ellis, enough said. The members that attended had all won their way by taking 1st in the competitions at State Fair. Danielle McNeil represented New York State in the Dairy Handlers competition. Miranda Kaye, Shelby Pombrio, Kayla Lobdell, and myself were there to represent New York State in the Dairy Foods contest.
Along with the contest, we were able to join in on a few tours. However, we were all looking forward to the Louisville Slugger Tour, and we're not able to go because of our contest. We visited the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and had a chance to see all the different aircrafts that were used throughout history. Niagara Falls was a sight to see. The wind was pretty bad that day, but we managed. Kayla and I went to a horse farm that breeds and races horses, some of which have raced in the Kentucky Derby, while Miranda, Shelby, Danielle, and Miss Ellis all went to the Dairy Handlers Award Banquet. Both of our contests just happened to be at the same time. Miss Ellis accompanied Danielle to her contest while leaving the Dairy Foods team to find their own way. Needless to say, we got lost. We were also nervous and at this point angry that we thought about just not going. Finally, we found some random lady and asked her if she knew where we belonged. After explaining to us that we're almost 15 minutes late, of which we already knew, a guy escorted us into the contest just as New York was announced. Everyone proceeded to turn and stare at us. It was a great start to the day contest. All in all, we survived the contest, the titration process, and ended up with a bronze medal. With an even greater achievement was Danielle, who went on and earned a gold medal in the Dairy Handlers contest. The trip was long, but definitely worthwhile. Awesome job, ladies. I would now like to introduce Courtney Bilo and Tyler Neptune.
For many years, our chapter has participated in different career development events. These events teach FFA members skills critical for future opportunities. This year, Northern Adirondack Central School participated in District 3 career development events hosted by Argyle on Saturday, February 11th. Members from Argyle, Greenwich, Hartford, Greenville, Salmon River, and Schuylerville attended. The members competed in competitions such as Creed Speaking, People in Ag Issues, Public Speaking, and Job Interview. Hillary Weldon, Aaron Hemingway, Ashley Purrier, Danielle McNeil, Miranda K.A., and myself participated in Ag Issues. Would those people please come to the stage? Ag Issues is where members create a presentation, skit, and/or PowerPoint related to a current agricultural issue. Afterwards, they are then asked questions about their topic. The team plays sixth. Cassandra Nichols, Rebecca Spinner, Hillary Weldon, Danielle McNeil, Miranda K.A., and myself participated in Job Interview. Would those people please come to the stage? Job Interview is where a member demonstrates his or her ability to write a resume. They also show how well they can properly carry out an interview. Rebecca Spinner placed third. Would Tyler Nephew, Brittany Sorrell, Bethany Drown, and Michelle Silver please come to the stage? People in Ag consists of making a poster of careers in agriculture and then answering questions from the judges. They all did a wonderful job. Would Rebecca Spinner please come forward? Rebecca participated in the Senior Extemporaneous Speaking Contest. This is when the participant has to prepare a speech on an agriculture-related topic in 15 minutes. They then have to present the topic to the judges. Rebecca placed second. Would Abigail Spinner please come to the stage? Abigail participated in the Junior Prepared Speaking Contest. This consists of writing a speech of their choice on an agricultural topic and then memorizing it. They then have to answer questions from the judges about their topic. Abigail placed first. Abigail also participated in the Junior Creed Speaking Contest. Creed speaking involves memorizing the FFA Creed, presenting it, and then answering questions from the judges about the Creed. Abigail placed second. We would like to thank all who participated and congratulate them on their effort. I would now like to introduce Michelle Silver and Cassandra Nichols to present our sub-state review.
On March 4th, 2006, Ms. Ellis, Mrs. Sue Spinner, Rebecca Spinner, Abigail Spinner, Michelle Silver, and myself, Cassandra Nichols, went on a journey to substates at the Canton High School. It was a chilly March day, and there was still snow on the ground. When we reached Malone on our way to Canton, we had to stop at Dunkin' Donuts because for that previous week, Abby and Michelle were whining to Miss Ellis that they wanted to have breakfast with Dunkin' Donuts. So because being the generous person Miss Ellis is, we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts and got some donuts. I would just like to say that I am personally proud of Rebecca because between Malone and Canton, we didn't have to stop at all for her in order to use the bathroom. When we reached our destination of Canton, the 4 FFA members changed into official dress and the contest began. Abby competed in junior prepared speaking and junior creed. Rebecca competed in senior extemporaneous speaking and in job interview. Michelle and I came along for motivational support. After the contests were over, they announced the results and Abby won first in junior prepared speaking. Good job, Abby. All of the contest results were announced except for job interview contest. We decided that we were hungry, so we left the school before the results of that contest were announced. The job interview contest. In the car, the 6 of us came to the conclusion that we wanted pizza, so we whined to Miss Ellis to bring us to Pizza Hut. Being the nice person Miss Ellis is, she brought us to Pizza Hut. At Pizza Hut, when we were discussing what pizza to get, Miss Ellis received a call on her cell phone. The news was that Rebecca got 3rd place in job interview contest. Good job, Rebecca. After congratulating Rebecca, we decided that we wanted the pepperoni Puppables pizza and the Italian chicken pizza. Yum, my favorite. The whole time we were at Pizza Hut, the kids were whining to Miss Ellis that we wanted to go shopping. Michelle wanted a souvenir from Canton. Miss Ellis said that if we behaved like good little girls, we might be able to go to the Dollar General, which was just across the parking lot. Well, I don't know if we were good little girls, but we ended up going to the Dollar General. When we were there, the cashier must have thought that we were trying to steal things because we were sneaking around the store because we wanted to buy Miss Ellis' gifts without letting her know. On the way home from Canton, we had somewhat of a peaceful ride. When we got to my house, we presented Miss Ellis with our gifts and the journey ended. It was a fun-filled day, and we were proud of Rebecca and Abby. Would Rebecca and Abby please come to the stage to receive their awards? I would now like to present Amanda Sorrell for her senior election.
Okay, so mine's not sampling and everything. So I was a procrastinator who put the speech off until last night. I just didn't know what to write about. I mean, how could I possibly sum up my experience in FFA? After all, it has been part of me for almost half of my life. It was 5th grade and my first FFA fair. I heard about showing cows, and my grandfather having cattle seemed like the most convenient place to get one from. I had no idea what I was looking for, so I picked out a random Holstein heifer calf. I named her Shy because she seemed to be more scared of me than I was of her. However, after a week of lugging her around, I found out Shy wasn't as shy as I thought she was. She dragged me down my grandparents' driveway head first. Finally, she stopped. I stood up and brushed myself off. Surprisingly, I didn't cry. I grabbed a hold of my heifer and continued to lead her. I learned a lot that day. Not to give up, because if you try hard enough, you can reach your goals. Oh, and let go of the rope. Another experience I will never forget was election day when I was in 6th grade. Anyone who knew me knew that I talked a lot, and still do. But get me in front of a group of people, the story changes. I wanted to be more involved in FFA. I decided that I was going to run for an office. Braveness, something that I had never really possessed, took over me. I was going to run for president. Call me crazy. All we had to do was get up in front of the room, state our name, what we had done in FFA so far, and why we were running for that particular office. A few members went, and then it was my turn. I stood up there, scared out of my mind. I said my name, and nothing else came out. Mr. Bush told me I could do it. The next and last words that came out of my mouth were, vote for me. That was it. The rest of the members had it made. They got up there and spoke what seemed effortlessly. The votes were in, and there I stood, disappointed in myself because I couldn't even say 5 sentences. Mr. Bush says, the new junior FFA president is Amanda Sorrell. How could I possibly have won? I couldn't believe it. However, other people had more confidence than I did and believed in me. I began to see that maybe I was capable of doing other things, and I vowed to learn how to speak fluently in front of large groups of people. After all, I am standing up on the stage tonight. Lastly, I'd like to mention Camp Osagachi, the best place on earth in my eyes. Hillary talked me into going to camp that year, the end of my 6th grade year. I'd never really been away from home. Camp turned out to be a blast. I did everything from climbing to the top of the rock walls, dipping the zip line, and falling on my face while kneeboarding. I did become homesick towards the end of the week. Poor Hillary can vouch for this. We're on a nice morning canoe trip, water's calm as can be, and there's me, completely disgusted that I have to row, and I'm tired and hungry. Hillary sits at the other end of the canoe, staring back at me, trying to ease the tension. I think I may have mentioned flipping the canoe over at some point in time. Wasn't pretty. Thankfully, she has forgiven me for this incident. The fun continued last year for Hillary and I. At camp, there are practically 5 girls to every 1 boy. After breakfast, the guys' bathrooms, aka Bubs, is open to the girls to shower. Hillary and I were the only 2 around and decided to take advantage of the opportunity. Now, 5 minutes into her shower, I hear Hillary scream bloody murder. Sorry, Hillary, I had to say it. She stammers out that she had just burnt her back end on the hot water pipe. I myself was still in the shower and was not going to go running in the other shower to see the burn. She was embarrassed to say the least. The only medic on site was good old Dr. Bob. Hillary and I will never forget this, and I'm sorry it happened, but we do get some good laughs out of it now. There were many good times at camp, to say the least. It was always truly a great FFA experience. In closing, I would like to thank my parents who have supported me and the FFA throughout the years. You both were great inspirations to me, and I know will continue to be. Next, I would like to thank my advisors. Mr. Bushy, I know I didn't have a lot of time with you before you retired, but you taught me more than you think. I'm standing up here tonight. I have to thank you for that. Miss Taylor, again, was not here with us very long, yet inspired me in so many ways. She always let us have input on everything we did, and always told me how she loved my determination.
You can do it.
To me in a way I never knew a teacher could. Lastly, Miss Ellis, I'm sorry that I will not be with you for more years, but the past 2 have been interesting. I remember the first day meeting you, and I thought you were a new student. Turned out you would actually be teaching me. And I have learned especially in the floral department. Thank you, Miss Ellis, for everything, and I'm sure the chapter will continue to grow. I will miss everyone and everything about FFA. Okay, I'm done.
Would Rebecca and Cassandra please come up to do the state convention report? This year's state convention was a blast. We and our hired eyes gathered at school very early to load up the bus. As with any other FFA trip, we enjoyed the foreign scenery and fast food stops. 6 hours later, we arrived at VBS Central School in Vernon, New York, and the action began right away. Most of our chapter left on tours right after arrival. This year's tours were fun-filled and included a visit to the brewery, the Kelsey Farm, the school's maple sugar house, an informational tour on artificial insemination, and many others. Would Carly Sorrell and Jocelyn Gregory please come to the stage? Carly Sorrell, Jocelyn Gregory, Cassandra Nichols, and Rebecca Spinner participated in the Floriculture Career Development event. This 4-hour-long contest included plant ID, making a flower arrangement and corsage, a math test, a job interview, selling over the phone, handling a customer complaint, and a team activity. This year, our team did great and placed 4th out of only 9 teams. Would Abby Spinner please come to the stage? Abby competed in the Prepared Public Speaking Contest. She delivered her informative speech on the avian bird flu to a panel of judges. We are extremely proud of Abigail for placing 1st in New York State.
Rebecca Spinner participated in the state employment interview contest. We were lucky to be accompanied by okay, she participated. We were lucky to be accompanied by awesome chaperones this year. Would you please stand to be recognized as your name is called? Mr. Mike Carter, Mrs. Sherry LaValle, Ms. Ginger Bushy. Thanks for helping us to keep track of us and putting up with us. Also, a special thanks to our bus driver and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Terry Brunel. The Empire degree is the highest degree attainable at the state level. The 5 recipients of this degree were Cassandra Nichols, Kayla Longdell, Marina Kay, Lauren Carter, and Daniel McNeil. They received those at state convention the last day on Saturday. To earn this degree, a member must be active in FFA and have worked at least 1,200 MPay hours or have earned and invested at least $1,000. Congratulations to our 5 Empire degree recipients. Also, congratulations to Daniel McNeil for earning the Dairy Read Award, or a Dairy Read Award, and Mr. and Mrs. Dawn and Sherry McNeil were recognized at state convention for having 3 children to earn the Empire degrees. Also, Mr. Arthur Premor was recognized for having 4 grandchildren attain this degree. Congratulations. Well after 3 days of convention, we were exhausted and ready to go home. But we will never forget the fun we've had or the new friends we've made there. Thank you. I would also like to thank Mrs. Cheryl Silver for chaperoning the convention. I would now like to call Carly Sorrell and Emily Snide to the stage. Carly. Sorry, Brittany Barron and Caleb Sample to the stage.
Being a student can sometimes be a very stressful job. To balance homework, sports, social lives, and school itself with all its drama is a difficult task. Please help me congratulate those who have had the highest average in their grades. 5th and 6th, Courtney Smith. 7th and 8th, Abigail Spinner. 9th through 12th, Nicholas Trombley. Please come forward and have your
I would now like to call Martha Kay to the podium to present the alumni scholarships.
Before I announce our scholarship winners, I'd just like to say on behalf of the FFA alumni how pleased we are with the accomplishments that Ms. Ellis has done since she has been here. It shows the great effort and it's reflected in the students themselves and their accomplishments. And I'd just like to say thank you, Ms. Ellis, for being here, and I hope you're here for many years to come. Each year, the NACS FFA alumni awards $50 scholarships to each graduating senior who was an active member in FFA. This year's recipients are as follows. Will you please stand as I read your name? Hillary Weldon, Ashley Snide, Kyle Brassard, Courtney Bilo, Nick Trombley, Amanda Sorrell, Lauren Carter, Kayla Lobdell, Justine Barcombe, Erin Hemingway, Ashley Purrier, and Courtney Trudeau. Congratulations. Now I would like to introduce Amanda Sorrell and Lauren Carter for year in review.
First, I'd like to introduce Rebecca Spinner, who is a junior this year, but will be attending college next year, so we thought she should give a retiring address.
Okay, we decided this on stage about half an hour ago. So I've been doing extemporaneous for 4 years now, and yeah, I'm starting college next year at Prospect State a year early, just for fun. I can't possibly imagine my life without FFA. Let's see, I'm just going to recognize some of the people. I remember one of them is here tonight, actually. She has red hair, and I met her first in 7th grade. I think it was districts, and I was staying the FFA creed to a staircase. And she came up and gave me a big hug and told me I was going to do great. And Katie, thank you so much for all the support you've given me over the years. I've been in class since 5th grade, and I remember Mr. Bushy earnestly begging me to learn the creed, and I guess there was no begging, but I can see in his eyes that he really thought I was going to do great, and Mr. Bushy was just amazing, and he also taught me, he taught me a lot. My first state convention was in 7th grade. Let's see, I was a 7th grader. There was Jenna and Joel, who were 9th graders, and Casey and Kelly, who were 12th graders. So Joel and Jenna were delegates, and I didn't see them at all for state convention. And Mr. Bushy's state convention ritual was to spend the whole time in the advisor's room. So as a 7th grader, I was on my own in this big bad world, and that taught me a lot that year because I had to learn how to be very amicable and make friends that I've never seen before. He also taught me some financial skills because the next year Miss Taylor came and we actually stayed at a hotel that cost more than $40 a night. But nobody understood me. I was like, this isn't really an FFA trip. It's not like how Mr. Bushy does it. You see the door to the outside, it closes and locks. The bathroom is bigger than 2 square feet, and the room actually doesn't smell that bad. So yeah. But I know Mr. Bushy's not here, but he knows everything, and I'm sure he's listening somewhere. And then Miss Taylor was awesome. And then, let's see, I think the first time I saw Mr. Bushy swear out loud was after Miss Taylor left that summer, and Mr. Bushy took over for the summer program, and we were at State Fair, and there was a team, we had a junior ergonomy team and a senior ergonomy team, and Mr. Bushy was certain that the ergonomy team made up of the older kids was going to win, but it happened that the team that didn't study at all happened to win. And I was sitting behind Mr. Bushy on the benches, and he said a swear word and wouldn't let me by because he didn't really think that we won, but we did. So, and then there was Miss Ellis, and let's see, I did not think that anybody could possibly fill Miss Taylor's shoes, but I didn't think anybody could fill Mr. Bushy's shoes, and then Miss Taylor came and she could, and yeah, but yeah, and I gave Miss Ellis a really hard time to let her in my heart first, because, well, she couldn't teach welding, and yeah. But then Miss Ellis, even though I pretend to hate you sometimes, I really love you, and I'm just covering it up. Over time, I learned that Miss Ellis is an awesome person, and I hope that she stays as long as Mr. Bushy did. Actually, longer, because I want my grandchildren to have her. So, oh yeah, and at the college trip that we went on, there was something interesting, in Miss Ellis's hotel room. There must have been a bookcase in there or something with interesting shelves on it. Yeah, just remember that forever, Miss Ellis.
officers please prepare for the year in review? And for our chapter. We've had our rough times and fun times, but no matter what, we always manage to pull through. A lot has been placed upon our shoulders as a chapter tonight, doing the fair and banquet together. But I can honestly say that we have conquered our task this year and grown as a chapter.
As we welcome in the new officers and the new year for the NACS FFA, we can all look back and acknowledge our accomplishments of the past. Most of all, we look forward to the future years. We all have enjoyed every minute that our chapter spends together and the things that we have done. It is now my pleasure to present to you the 2005-2006 year in review.
He said I was in my early 40s with a lot of life before me, and a moment came that stopped me on a dime. I spent most of the next days looking at the x-rays, talking about the options, and talking about the sweet time. I asked him when it sank in that this might really be the real end. How's it get you when you get that kind of news? Man, what'd you do? He said, I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds over the mountain Banshee, and I loved deeper, and I spun sweeter, and I gave forgiveness I've been denied. And he said, someday I'll hold you with a chance to live like you were dying. He said I was finally the husband. Most of the time I wasn't. And I became a friend would like to have. And all of a sudden going fishing wasn't such an imposition. And I went 3 times that year, I lost my dad. Well, I finally read the good book, and I took a good long hard look at what I'd do if I could do it all again.
Parliamentarian Miranda K.A. Who's called Ox? Historians, Megan LaValle and Shelby Conrio. Student advisors, Carly Sorrell and Cassandra Nichols. Sentinel, Brittany Barron. My little fashion designer. Reporter, Hillary Weldon. Treasurer, Kayla Lovedell. Secretary, Rebecca Spinner. Vice President, Lauren Carter. And President, Amanda Serrano. Now, we proceed to go to the junior officers. Caleb Sample, Sentinel. Abby Spinner, reporter. Treasurer, Allison Hall. Steve Brown, Secretary.
You are therefore responsible for guiding our chapter in all its worthy undertakings. May you work intelligently and seriously to fulfill the responsibilities of your office.
Miranda, as Vice President-elect, your records of accomplishment indicates you have those qualities of leadership which we should all possess. You are to assist the President in directing the work of our chapter, preside over meetings in her absence, and keep all committees working effectively. Shelby Pombrio, as Secretary-elect, you have been chosen to keep accurate minutes of our meetings and to carry on the chapter correspondence. You should provide the chapter with the order of business and committee assignments for each month. You will also keep a list of members, a record of degrees awarded, and have custody of the Constitution and bylaws.
Danielle McNeil, as Treasurer-elect, you have been placed in a position of trust. Your duties require you to keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements and provide a regular financial report. It is also your responsibility to assist in developing the chapter budget and maintaining sound financial practices.
Abigail Spinner, as reporter-elect, your duty is to inform the public about the FFA. You are expected to work closely with the news media, including state and national FFA publications. You should keep a record of photographs and articles published concerning the FFA and its members and be responsible for compiling our FFA history.
Brittany, as Sentinel-elect, your duties include welcoming our friends, caring for the meeting rooms and FFA equipment, and providing for the comfort of our members and guests. It is also your duty to assist in conducting meetings and ceremonies.
Carly So, as student advisor-elect, your actions have shown that you are responsible and trustworthy. Your fellow FFA members have faith in your decisions and will depend on your guidance throughout the coming year. May your advice be ripened with wisdom as your chapter's success will rely heavily on your suggestions.
Michelle Silver, as historian-elect, your duties require you to maintain a scrapbook of year's events, research, and prepare reports on items of significance, prepare displays of chapter activities, and submit stories about former members. You have been elected based on your qualifications for this office. Megan LaValle, as parliamentarian-elect, your duty is to inform the public about the FFA. You are expected to work closely with the news media, including state and national FFA publications. You should keep a record of photographs and articles published concerning the FFA and its members, and be responsible for compiling our FFA history.
It is an honor to be an officer in the FFA. From time to time during the year, you may encounter difficult problems, but through cooperation, hard work, and dedication, you will succeed and in the FFA will prosper. Do each of you vow to do your best to uphold the ideals and principles of the FFA? If so, answer, we do. I now declare each of you properly and duly installed in the respective office to which you were elected. May your year of service be marked by integrity, dedication, and cooperative spirit. Seek harmony among your fellow officers and set high standards of leadership for all chapter members. Retiring officers, will you please escort newly installed officers to their stations?
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any new or unfinished business which should be transacted? member know of any... You guys wrote it twice. Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? No? Okay. We are about to adjourn this meeting of the Northern Adirondack FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just as our dealings courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I now declare this meeting adjourned.